I have a confession to make. I am a burnout coach. I am someone who leads men through their burnout, through a system, through principles that work, taking them from completely depleted and stuck and living a life that they don't want to live anymore into vitality and energy and clarity and purpose and life force energy. And you can't quantify that. You really can't put a price tag on that. Ask any of my clients, any of the ones that have taken the work seriously and have been willing to go to where they actually want to go. They can't thank me enough. There's no gratitude or words that can express how thankful they are in seeing their life change and in seeing all the things externally actualize that they've wanted and that have come from their internal life changing. And so I want to say to you, the viewer and people that follow along on my journey and are interested in my work and are interested in reversing burnout, that I have had to listen to my own burnout recently. Now, I'm not talking about hypothyroidism or Hashimoto's or chronic fatigue, the depths of which I experienced my dark night of the soul, 10 years ago. This is a different season. This is a different set of burnout. And as I have seen and experienced in my life and in my work, and what I know to be true now, is that life meets you where you are. Life will deliver a series of challenges to meet exactly where you're at. And it's beautiful because just like any sort of video game, or if you want to gamify life, these bosses will appear when you're at that checkpoint, right? And you use everything you've learned, everything that you've experienced up until that point to overcome that challenge. And in that overcoming, you learn and take on a new set of tools for the next season, right? For the next level. And that's just a gamification. I know that's not exactly how life works, but in a video game setting, you hit that boss and you move on, right? And so for me, I lead men through how to live the life that they want to live. It's a set of rituals, a set of devotions. It's a rhythm. It's a lifestyle by design that you enter into. And so really when they come in, we look at everything holistically. We take kind of a baseline audit of their life, and we see where we can simplify and break off and delayer, decondition, deprogram, and unlearn, right? So in effect, we go backwards in order to simplify and make clear what they want, who they want to be, and then move forward, right? So go back to then move forward in what they want. And in that, there is so much non-linear healing involved. And that's life. Life is non-linear. Think about that for a second. Things come at us. Things come to us. Things happen for us for a reason. And rarely does it feel like it's just this, But we can always look back and realize that it all makes sense, right? You have to go through what you go through in order to develop and become who you want to be. So working with leaders, founders, CEOs, these men that I've brought in and changed their lives, I've had to step back in this season as a father, as an entrepreneur especially, with my own business, and realize, holy cow, like I'm burnt out in these areas. And a few of those, if I can be candid with you, which I always will be, are feeling like there's not enough time, which is not true. Lack of structure in my own life, like having a plan, all things I go through with my clients. Because you've got to have a plan. And ultimately, like flow. I felt like there's been a lot of forcing recently. So we have to get radically honest at the very beginning, to start, like write down, like it's a nice morning ritual, writing down exactly what you want for that day. Maybe you need to zoom out. What do you want for that month? Zoom out. What do you want for that quarter? Zoom out. What do you want for your life? What do you want for like that season, the year, whatever time frame you want to put on this. And that's where I'm at. I'm kind of at that baseline again. We're back in the Midwest. Freaking beautiful this time of year. It's unbeatable for about 3 months. Unbeatable. And you could argue early fall, unbeatable. Anywhere in the world, unbeatable here in the Midwest in Ohio, Central Ohio. And I've also noticed as I've come to Ohio, I just had a haircut. Not a huge haircut, but nice trim. Away from the coast now. I had been in Florida since February, living out of a van, mind you. And I noticed that my frame, my structure, my muscularity, my physique was maintaining perfectly there on the coastline. And even going to Puerto Rico for the Radical Collective Retreat, going back to Florida after that for a month, staying in Sarasota, my body was maintaining everything that I was building and becoming. And mind you, I wasn't in the gym at all. I think my last weights workout was back in early April. So it's been at least 2 months, over 2 months. And getting the haircut, leaving the coast, coming back to the drier Midwest, though very beautiful, don't get me wrong, a lot of energetics have shifted. And I truly feel that way. If you need to change something about yourself, if you need to change energetics, even like for the better, like go get a haircut, go buy some new clothes, like go donate your clothes, get a new wardrobe and cut your hair. It will do wonders for your energetics, for your aura, for what you know in your heart and your head as those connect what and who you want to be. Like recreate yourself if you need to. It's some of the greatest pattern interrupt you can ever do for yourself. And it's interesting that I was on a building in this year, like early year, like exactly where and what I wanted. And I think through not being clear enough, through allowing others to voice into my life, things that I've learned from in the past, little trickles can start again. And it's really good to allow those things to remind you who you are and that you can course correct at any time. And so this video, in essence, is a course correction as the burnout coach of why I do what I do, who I am, how I father, recommitting to my marriage, to how I pursue my wife. All of these things matter most to me. And yet these are the things that go to the wayside when I force in life, when I force things versus flow. And there's nothing wrong, especially as a man, to, through strength, get your stuff done, take responsibility. Absolutely, right? But we all know that feeling of when we're hard charging and bulldogging through our day, through the things that we get to do, and they become a task list. Oh, God, I got another call. Crap, okay. And I'm not saying that's how I see my calls. I'm saying this is a general mindset and approach to our days and the structure of how we segment the things we have to do, whether it's in the office, whether it's from you work at home, coffee shop, whatever, your marriage, your kids, you step back in the door from work and your kids are all over you. Oh God, man, I just need like 5 minutes. Like, yeah, that might be the case, but remember why you're doing what you're doing. Remember why you became a father in the first place, if that's you, you know? And if you don't like what you're doing, if you don't like your job, then fix it. Like, change your job. Like, just had a friend, he put a little blurb up about unemploying yourself. I'm like, hell yeah. Like, that's the best thing some people could ever do for themselves. I know that sounds backwards, but go with me here for a second. Unemploy yourself from what you hate about life. Unemploy yourself from where you're not living in alignment and congruency. Because at the end of the day, like, that's what this video is about. That's what my burnout is about, guys. It's the incongruency and misalignment in my life. And that's beautiful. That is so good to know. It's not, I'm going to huff and puff and just get through this day just like I did the day before, and you start Groundhog Daying your life. Like, no. Use the Groundhog Day feeling and stop, pause, and go take your space. Go take your favorite book to the woods. Go take a drive downtown and feel the energy of the people and the hustle bustle, and put your windows down and hear and listen and smell. Change up what you need to change up. And go take your space. And I'm talking to myself, the burnout coach. This is how you fix burnout. This is burnout reversal 101 right here. And I'm actually taking my space right now in nature to come talk to you guys about where I'm listening to my own burnout. And the last thing I want to leave with you here today is burnout is not a bad thing. What I'm experiencing is not a bad thing. It's for me. It's a package that I get in the mail. You know that feeling when like Amazon drops something off for you? I don't know if you guys get this. Like, you're anticipating something coming, you know, or maybe you get a gift from a relative, a loved one, or someone, they send you something. Holy cow, it's the best feeling in the world. Like snail mail, like an old school letter comes to you, or a package, and you're like, oh, it's here. Oh my gosh. Or a surprise gift. Oh my gosh, I wonder what it is. And you open it up and you get it's like being a kid again. That's what burnout is. That's what symptoms are, guys. Of autoimmunity, of chronic fatigue, of dis-ease in the body, of the mind, emotions, and the spirit even. These things are being given to you to unwrap and read exactly what you need to read. It's a package from life saying, there's a better way. You need to slow down, read this letter I'm giving to you, your signals, your symptoms, right? Your dis-ease. Now, look at your lifestyle. Let's look at the opposite. Let's flip these symptoms on their head and do the opposite, or reveal the opposite of what they are, right? So you've got, for instance, chronic fatigue, brain fog, poor digestion, okay? All right, well, let's see. How are these things connected? All right. And this is how I figured out everything going on with me, by the way, was just spending time and chewing on, because it's holistic. How are these things connected? You're not a robot. You're not compartmentalized. You're a human. Everything is connected. Your thought life, your sleep, how you eat, the manner in which you treat people around you, how you talk to yourself. That's what makes you you. That's what makes your quality of life. So you look at poor digestion, chronic fatigue, and brain fog, and you flip them and you say, okay, well, I definitely want better digestion. I don't want brain fog anymore. I want to be clear-headed. And, chronic fatigue. Okay. Well, I'm slowing down right now. This feels really good. Maybe I should look at how I eat. Maybe I eat too fast. I don't actually think about what I'm doing. Maybe I should get back to eating whole foods. Yeah, maybe I should stop worrying so much about like the scale number, my weight, and focus on how I treat myself and my thoughts. Maybe I'd lose weight then because I'd feel safe again in my body, in my skin. These are the types of conversations that change the game, guys. This is how we use our burnout to change our lives. So if you have burnout today, if you're experiencing things like I am, and you want to change things quickly, because it is a long haul, right? This changes your whole life for the long haul. But if you want to change things short term even, unwrap the package of burnout that life is giving you. Go into nature. Go just listen. Turn your senses back on. Turn your phone off. Get away from that. Bring a journal if you need to and write things down. What is showing up? What is that package that life's delivering to you revealing? What are you reading in that letter? And then what's on the other side of those symptoms? And what do you need to do to be that man or a woman that experiences that life and that vitality that are on the other side of those symptoms? And I'll end this video by saying that I'll take ownership of my burnout symptoms that I'm experiencing, my signals, these signals for me. I want flow again. I want to live by the ocean again. I want to enjoy the work that I do because I know I love what I do. I want to pay attention to when I'm eating unconsciously and slow down. I want to stop eating standing up and just sit down and have a meal. I want to have more meals with my boys and my wife instead of getting off of a call and going downstairs and eating by myself. I want to eat more fruit because I love fruit in the summertime, even living in the Midwest. I want to take my wife on more dates. I want to check in with my clients and see how they're really doing. Like, how are you really doing? Like on a brother friendship level. Like, let's have a conversation. That gives me so much life, and I just feel like here in my center, like in my heart, I just feel so much love. I feel light emanating. And I really do feel like back in my center. So thank you. Thank you for being a part of my journey. And I'm glad I took the time to do this today. And I invite you in to do the same for you. Maybe put in the comments if you feel so bold. Send them to me if you're inclined. What are these things for you? What do you want to be more of and do more of? Because the truth of the matter is you're already enough. There's just new versions of yourself that you haven't tapped into yet that you desire. And this is your green light to do so. So, love you guys. Thank you.